Hi, my name is Nikin Shea Brand. I'm a graduate student in the Educational Leadership program at TAMIU, and today's topic is navigating the challenges of school leadership as an early career principal. So, as I was reading chapter 5 from Breakthrough Principles and the article, and then also reflecting over the principal standards, the standards that kind of stood out to me, and I kind of prioritized them this way, was school culture, and then instructional leadership. That's S4, school culture, and then S1, instructional leadership, and then also S2, human capital. And for me, the human capital tied really, really well, actually almost 100% well, into the chapter 5 that I read, which was about talent management. But all of it kind of lended itself well to each other as to how some of the issues that were happening on this campus can be approached in a very good way, I guess you could say. So, one of the issues that I kind of noticed coming into this coming onto this campus, there has been some declines with scores, especially math, but there have been some decreases in some different populations. Your SPED population has increased. The EB, emergent bilingual population, has increased. The African American population has increased. And I also noticed that the white population had decreased. So the number one thing that kind of stood out to me was the whole thing kind of tied into school culture. It seems like due to a new math program that has been pushed by the district, the teachers were kind of sort of iffy about it. They understood the impact that it could have, but there was I would say some issues with the rollout of it, a lack of support, according to the article from the district. And I'm not for sure if that is from the previous principal not reaching out, but I know that there are some things that can be put in place for the upcoming school year. So, with meeting with the assistant superintendent, that would be something that I would discuss about how we can roll out professional development so that everyone has a level one or a clear and complete understanding of what it's going to look like, how the program is going to be used, so that everyone kind of feels confident about what they're doing and how it should be done. I think some of the issues, of course, with the special ed department, one of the teachers talking about they don't feel like the teachers are getting the lesson plans to the co-teachers in time in order to be able to modify. And then also some of the students not receiving high quality instruction. Well, to me, that speaks volumes to standard one for the principal standard, me being the instructional leader. Again, and that also goes back to school culture. As the principal of the campus and the instructional leader, I need to ensure that I set a tone of what high quality instruction will look like, and then the expectations for not just the teachers, but co-teachers, all my staff. I need to ensure that everyone understands the protocols, the systems that are going to be put in place. And of course, I need to start with ground foundational work to make sure everybody has clear understanding of the definition. And then we can build up to some level 2 actions and trying to get it to, of course, a level 3. But first and foremost, it needs to be just at the level 1 to make sure everybody's on the same page. I think when I read about the talent management piece, one of the things I would like to do is kind of assess all the people on my campus, their passions, their desires, wanting to know where they're trying to go, so that I can kind of feed into the part about the instructional leadership team, who I can place where, who I can help grow that want to grow. So really just starting from the ground up, ensuring that I have the right people in the right place, and making sure that I'm there to support them. I'm also there to model for them, again, what it is I'm looking for. I'm modeling my outcomes so that they'll know these are the expectations and I'm going to help them get there. It's not an I got you, but I'm going to help them get there. Another thing I was thinking about is teacher who made the statement that the staff was just demoralized. Again, that talks to school culture. So I hear that there are just some systems that need to be put in place. Teachers need to be included in creating things such as the vision, the mission. I'm not quite for sure of what my mission or vision would be, but I do know I would like some input from all my stakeholders. The teachers that are there, I want their not buy-in, but I want their believe in that they're a part of this campus. They make the campus what it is. A campus cannot be a campus without the teachers and as well as the students and our community members. So I would like for them to be a part of the process, helping me build what we want this campus to look like. So our mission, how we're going to get to our vision, and then setting many targets or goals in order to get there. Um, and again, that goes toward human capital, standard two, and then also S3, executive leadership. It is my responsibility to ensure that um, students and staff are receiving the staff best professional development. They're getting feedback, and students are also kind of receiving the same thing. They're getting the high quality instruction, and they're also getting feedback about how they can grow and how they can get better. One of the other things that I kind of zoned in on was the area where students are not feeling safe. Again, ties back into school culture. So I want to make sure that behavioral expectations are in place and support systems are in place for students who feel like they are not being noticed, they're not being recognized, or they're being treated unfairly, not only by their peers, but also by staff members as well. So I want them to be able to come to me in an open door policy and have conversations with me, depending on how many assistant principals I have and counselors. I want them all in that process of how we're creating systems so that students and staff feel comfortable with coming to us with some issues or concerns that they have. And then that they know we're working on a solution for it. So it's not just to come vent, but it's also to kind of create an area or a space for solutions. So I do want them to talk about the concerns, but I also want us to kind of brainstorm up how we're going to fix it. And again, I think laying the foundation, of course, would be the level one or the action one. And then we make some steps to get to a level, I'm sorry, it's a lever one. And we want to make statements or we want to make strides to get it to a level two or a level three. But again, that takes time and it takes work. And I want to ensure that all of us, staff and students, are on board in order to get that done. Um, and that the other part about the students not feeling safe, I think the statement about Hispanic students making the scores go down, I think that also kind of ties in again to school culture. It sounds like that there's a lack of communication. So I want to make sure that I build a platform for communication, both receiving and giving out communication consistently and clear and concisely so that everyone will know what's happening on our campus, what expectations are. Everybody is a part of that process. I think it's very important that when we look at the overall of this campus, I'm pretty sure everyone is there for student achievement because I definitely am. And I would also be there for the community. It seems like it's a very small, tight-knit community, rural. I'm from a rural area myself where everybody knows everybody. And I'm pretty sure this is the same way. And I know that they have community-wise, they have some challenges, but the kids are kids and they're there. Parents are there. So we want to make sure that we welcome them in and we ensure that everyone is receiving fair and a fair, high quality instruction. I think that one of the challenges, of course, that I will have is to ensure that um, everyone is believing in the system. And I think the best thing to do is maybe do a survey to hear everybody's voice and opinions, because it sounds like that hasn't maybe been done. But I would like to do it so that I can ensure that all hear and they understand the voices of everyone and that everybody has a seat at the table so that we can all be change agents together. Another thing I think is very crucial is making sure that when I think about chapter five and talent management, is that people are positioned in the right place. So I may have someone who's teaching social studies, but they could have a heart for something else. So I want to make sure that I grow those people and make sure that I'm placing them in areas where they can be successful. Those who want to be leaders, I want to make sure that I get a feel for who they are so I can support them and give them exactly what they need in order to grow so that our campus can achieve our goals and our mission.